fast can you do everything in Adventureland? Today I am racing against the clock to do it all in Magic Kingdom's most adventurous land, which includes some of Disney World's most popular rides. How am I ever gonna get this done? Adventureland is home to some Magic Kingdom staples, rides, food, merch, and more. But when your family's on a time squeeze and you need to make the most of your trip, how can you make sure you get everything done? So I'm about to show you this land of adventure in a way you've never seen it before. Now luckily, because we are going to Adventureland, that's typically what we would do on a rope drop day. Going right to Tomorrowland and Fantasyland is not typically what we recommend just because of early entry. Early entry is where resort guests get access to the park 30 minutes before normal park guests, and Fantasyland and Tomorrowland are actually opened, are the only ones open for resort guests for that extra 30 minutes. But Adventureland and Liberty Square, those two lands are unopened for the resort guests. So basically everybody, resort guests and normal park guests, gets to rope drop these lands. But today we're spending all of our time in Adventureland to see how quickly we can do everything. I actually think this isn't gonna be super tough. At the beginning I was like, oh, this is gonna be kind of a crazy day. But because this is all about speed, I think we played our cards as pretty well as we can, which means we're gonna start off with the attractions and then we're gonna do everything else. I think it's important to start off with the attractions right away because the best times to ride the attractions are gonna be first thing in the morning. Now, because this challenge is all about speed, how quickly I can do everything in Adventureland, I did purchase Genie Plus today. There are 3 different versions of Genie Plus. The first version is the free version, which is basically your standard itinerary about things you could do during these times, but it is totally free for you on your My Disney Experience app. The second one is your most typical date-based fee Genie Plus, where you can pay to skip the lines for most Walt Disney World attractions. It is a date-based fee depending on how busy it is. Today, Magic Kingdom alone was $20, which means it's not going to be a super crowded day, but it's definitely not a low capacity day. We're aiming somewhere kind of in the middle. And lastly, there's your, oh gosh, I hate that squeak. Oh, just atrocious. Somebody put some oil on the carpet for the love of the Tiki Room. And finally, there's your individual lightning lane selection, and that's gonna be your additional fee that you purchase for those e-ticket attractions. Because today's all about speed, I did get up right before 7 o'clock. I purchased just standard Genie Plus. I did get Jungle Cruise. Our reservation for Jungle Cruise is around 9:40. I actually walked into Adventureland right at 9 o'clock. It's 9:02, so we can actually start our timer 2 minutes ago. But the first thing we're gonna do is Pirates of the Caribbean. We're gonna do all of our attractions right away. It's only a 5-minute wait. It's typically a very, very, very short wait first thing in the morning. Past couple times I've actually been to Magic Kingdom, Pirates of the Caribbean has actually been down for one reason or another. So I'm glad that it's open right away this morning. Anyway, I did purchase Jungle Cruise because that's gonna be one of your lightning lanes that fills up the quickest. Between Jungle Cruise and Peter Pan's Flight, those 2 lightning lanes are gonna be the ones that book up the quickest. So we grabbed Jungle Cruise right away, and we've got a 9:45 reservation. Pirates of the Caribbean is a slow-moving dark ride where you are forced in the middle of a battle between pirates and soldiers, and the catalyst of that battle is obviously Jack Sparrow. They're both after the same thing. Really, they'd all be friends if they just talked to each other. Communication is key here. If they both knew they were after Jack Sparrow, they could join forces. But hey, listen, I'm not in charge of their communication system.
Search all you want, Captain Jack Sparrow. You'll never find the treasure without a look at this here map.
Pirates of the Caribbean is like an OG Disney attraction. Obviously starting over in Disneyland. Their attraction is much longer, but there's so many fun hidden Easter eggs. And there's even some fun movie props, like above the exit sign, there's Barbossa's sword. Pirates of the Caribbean, one of my favorite attractions. It is dark, it is a slow-moving boat ride. There definitely is a drop, so be warned, but definitely family-friendly and an OG Disney attraction if you're looking for some, some history. But while we're here, the gift shop, the exit of Pirates of the Caribbean leads to Plaza Del Sol Caribe, which is a gift shop here in Adventureland. We're gonna try and do something in each location to basically do everything in Adventureland. All right, so the task that was given to me was to find something for every single AllEars cast member here in Plaza Del Sol Caribe. First, we're gonna start with Quincy. Quincy's very into Dungeons and Dragons and playing games, and I feel like her and I would have a lot of fun with this Pirates of the Caribbean battleship. Emma, she's our ears girl. She's big on ears, and I think these Pirates of the Caribbean ears, if she doesn't have them already, she would absolutely love these. So this is for Emma. All right, over here, there's this cool Pirates of the Caribbean Mickey coffee mug that I'm gonna give to Fry Bucket. Fry Bucket, she cannot survive without her coffee. So, Fry Bucket, this one is for you. For Breed Love, I think I'm gonna go with this Coco guitar. We're both musicians. I don't think Breed Love can play guitar, but he's a great musician, and I think he can do something with this. Extra shout out to Cassie from DFB. I feel like this is definitely like a shirt that she would wear. And finally, these little skull Pirates of the Caribbean shot glasses. This was actually for DFB Dustin, and I'll get one for myself as well. We're both people who enjoy whiskey and bourbon, and I feel like this would be fun. This wasn't actually on my list because it happens kind of infrequently, but the past couple times I've been to Adventureland, I've seen Peter Pan in Adventureland just because I'm not quite sure what the tie-in is there. I assume pirates. This little girl's dressed up as Wendy, super cute. And you can see Jack Sparrow roaming around as well. So I'm gonna count that as seeing some roaming characters. So marking things off my list, that's good. So this is the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. It's a Dumbo-style attraction, a flat ride, if you will, where you hop into a magic carpet and you fly high above Adventureland. This attraction is perfect for all families, and there's even a small water effect where if you are kind of at, like right at the right height, a camel might spit at you, which is kind of a fun thing to surprise your family with. However, my least favorite thing about this attraction is that it doesn't get revamped or refurbished as much as it should, and there is a crazy squeaking to it. Oh gosh. Aladdin and Jasmine. Aladdin and Jasmine are actually out here roaming. A little later on, they should be there doing a meet and greet at the Agrabah Bazaar. But right now, I think they actually might ride Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Hello! Oh, that's fun. Are they gonna get on? Oh my gosh, they just got in the back of one of the magic carpets. Some guests were in the front row, and actually the front row, if you want to ride the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, the front row actually makes, there's a little lever. If you press up, makes you go up. If you press down, makes you go down. There's a scarab in the back that will actually tilt your magic carpet forward or backward. But what a cool magical experience. Aladdin and Jasmine are gonna ride with some guests. They're just talking to this little girl in the front. They're taking some pictures, and up they go. Oh my gosh. I know I should not, this is all about speed, but this is pretty cool. Yeah! Does that count as meeting Jasmine and Aladdin, like seeing them from a distance? Because there is a meet and greet. I would count that. I'd be like, cool, I saw him, I'm good. But I don't know, I'll check in with the producer. We've got 10 minutes before our lightning lane, so we're gonna do the Enchanted Tiki Room. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting a text. It says, don't forget to get spit on by a camel. What? Okay, hold on. I'll do that real quick. Apparently getting spit on by a camel is part of the core experience about being here in Adventureland. So, wait. I don't know if he has a name. I don't think he's gonna spit on me. But this is one of the camels, and he is known to spit from time to time. Now, I'm not seeing any puddles on the ground, which makes me think he's not spitting right now. Or he, she, they, I don't know, which makes me think that they're not spitting right now. So I might have to come back later. Yeah, I'm not seeing any spit, which means the water must be turned off. I will do that later, because apparently that's a core experience about being in Adventureland. So let's go back to a Janitiki Room. Well, it looks like the next show is in 4 minutes. About a 10-minute show where animatronic birds sing songs of the South, and everything comes to life. The entire room comes to life. Now, typically, this is going to be a walk-on attraction all day because the shows are continuous. What that means is that when one show is done, the exit doors open, and the people that just watch the show exit, and more people into the theater, and it just plays on a big loop. It just keeps going and going.
Let's put on the show.
Mon ami, I am always ready, as you say, to put on the show.
Look, here come the girls.
Yeah, and a wunderbar Birdmobile. It has birds on it, and it goes round and round.
The world famous Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise is a slow-moving boat attraction where you hop into one of your skipper's boats and they tour you through the jungle where you're faced with a lot of different animatronic animals and scenescapes. The skipper is actually your stand-up comedian for the tour, filled with one-liners. Recently just had an update where they took away some of the culturally insensitive things and they've made it more approachable for everybody. You know, say what you will about the puns and the cheesiness of it, but really the skippers make this attraction. So shout out to our amazing cast member skippers.
Welcome aboard the world famous Jungle Cruise, everybody. I am your host, Joanne Pebble Dodson.
Yeah!
No, I'm joking. I wish I looked like the Pebble. No, I am Skipper Matt, and I am going to be your lion tamer, your ape wrestler, your tree trimmer, and if you don't laugh at my jokes, your swimming instructor. All right, folks, here we come now into the African veldt. We've got a lot of our animals out here today. We got some Mufasa killers right over here.
Oh my gosh.
Right behind them are some bobneck cheetahs. We got some Chevy Impalas up toward the top there. Way in the back are some really old horses. We know they're old because they're in black and white. And then, let's see. Of course, the very vicious, very dangerous African attack ducks. Yes, so vicious. Some of them have to sleep 18 hours a day. The backside of water!
And just like that, we're about an hour and 9 minutes since park opening. We've ridden every attraction in Adventureland, and we have seen 2 characters, which I did check with the producer, and meeting Aladdin and Jasmine that way while they were strolling totally counts. But know that if they're not strolling, you can meet them at the Agrabah Bazaar. What was I thinking? How foolish could I be? I haven't done every attraction because towards the front of Adventureland is Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse is a walkthrough attraction based on the old Swiss Family Robinson story where a family was shipwrecked and stranded on an island. They were forced to build this gorgeous treehouse for survival. It's very intricate. Unfortunately, accessibility always gets a red flag when I do this attraction, just because lots of stairs, not really any ramps, and tight corners. And you are actively walking up this entire treehouse the entire time. You get to the very, very top of the tree for one of the best views, in my opinion, in all of Magic Kingdom that that any guest can see. Do I wish there was something cooler they would do with this? Maybe. Is it like a piece of history? Probably. But I think something interesting could be done with this. Maybe something interesting during Mickey's Not So Scary. You've got some, they do this for Pirates of the Caribbean. They've got actors in the attraction. Maybe you have actual actors in this attraction. I don't know. Just a thought. How did I not know this existed? Wait a minute. So this is basically the queue for Swiss Family Robinson that I never knew existed because it doesn't ever get used. I can't imagine this being used. It would have to be a very, 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 very busy day. Didn't know this existed. Moving on. Right across the way is Island Supply by Sunglass Hut, and this is where you're gonna find your sunglasses. As simple as that. Now this is third party. This is not really owned by Disney. They do have a partnership with Disney, but you're gonna see you're pretty, not your typical cheap $12 to $16 sunglasses. No, these are your Versace, your Ray-Ban. Now, the thing that was put on my list, so that way it looks like I did something here, I'm obviously not going to purchase $200 sunglasses right now. But I was told to find the perfect sunglasses for me. Okay, so I found 2 different options. One is like me just being casual, and one is like if I were at a gig, and I was performing in my band and singing. This one's my casual one. These are Burberry. They're $308. Isn't that crazy? I lose my sunglasses like every other day. There's no way I could purchase nice sunglasses. But I like the blue. Blue is typically like my brand, my color, and I like the style of it. So that's $308. But if I were performing at a gig somewhere, like I was singing with my band or something, these are the ones. These are super cool. Also Burberry. They're less. They're $281. Interesting. I mean, only something someone would wear on stage, maybe, or a person could wear in their normal life that's far more fashionable than I am. Just because I was feeling competitive, it's like I'm gonna get this done in 2 hours. What I forget is that a lot of the things here in Adventureland or here in Disney World in general don't actually open until 11. So we might have to kill just a little bit of time before we are able to finish our list at 11. So this is the back end of the front of Adventureland. I was given a task to show you, because I have to do everything. In Adventureland, that's where you're gonna find Club 33. You gotta have the band, you gotta tap it, and that's how you enter. Now, Club 33 is a member-exclusive club with a crazy buy-in. But in each park, they have different lounges that are exclusive to your Club 33 members. And in each lounge, there's a full kitchen, there's a full menu, there's a bar, there's exclusive merchandise that you can buy in each location, and each lounge has its own specific theme. For example, the only time I've ever been in Club 33 is right here in Magic Kingdom, here in Adventureland, and it has more like a nautical theme. You feel like you're sitting inside of like the captain's quarters on a big ship. There's some throwbacks to the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and the food and the drinks were amazing. I would love to afford it one day. I can't, but if you can't afford it, I think it'd be super cool. You know, if you've got the money and you want to spend it on something, then why not? You know what I mean? The task that was given to me was to beg to be let inside. So I'm just gonna. All right. Well, I mean, maybe it'll work. You never know. Excuse me. If anybody's listening, I would love to be let inside. I won't beg, because you know, I don't want to be desperate, or I don't want to be forceful. But if a nice cocktail, like a morning brunch, something. I had yuca fries in there once; those were really good. I've got a magic band thing that I can maybe show you that I have been allowed inside once. So maybe just one more time. Nothing. Across the way from Club 33 is Buona Bob's. This is just your pop-up stand, like right when you enter Adventureland. That's gonna have your typical Disney merch. You've got your bubble wands, your light-up necklaces, your cooling towels. This is gonna be where you are gonna find your cheaper sunglasses in case you broke yours or you need additional. And funny enough, my task for here was to pick out something specifically for Quincy, and I think they're leading me to tell you a tip here is that Buona Bob's is where you can buy sunscreen. Yeah, now it's not going to be as featured at all the different stands. It's actually near where the cash register is, all the way in the back. So you ask for sunscreen. You'll see it, you know, when you go back by the cash register. But Quincy at Buona Bob's, I'm picking out some sunscreen for you because, you know, you burn a lot. No offense. You know what I'm talking about. Because we did all the attractions, we can kind of just go down this list here. But this is Sunshine Tree Terrace, home of the Orange Bird. This is where you're gonna find a lot of your Dole Whips, your Dole Whip in a cup, as well as the crispy beef dumplings. Now the specialty ice cream treat you can get here is the I Lava You float. And the Lava You float is actually Dole Whip orange with Fanta, strawberry and red passion fruit syrup topped with popping candy. Gives you the idea of a volcano-esque situation. But it says we should get a treat here for our thing that we're gonna do here, and I think we should do a float. Nothing like a 10:30 a.m. float to start your day off right and give you some stomach issues later on. Look, as much as we want to get ice cream in the summer because it's going to cool down our body temperature, for me, getting ice cream in the summer, especially at Disney World, is probably one of the worst things you could do. Just because, now granted, I've had some of it already because the second I walked 10 feet, and already the thing was just a complete disaster. It was dripping and like foaming over because the ice cream was melting, which made the root beer have to like go somewhere, and it was just falling out, and I barely touched it. However, root beer float, one of my favorite things. Root beer float with vanilla ice cream, and you can get, as I mentioned, you can get Dole Whip cups, the I Love You float. If you don't like root beer, you can get a Coke float, whatever floats your boat. But this is going to be my Sunshine Tree Terrace treat. And yeah, it is the home of the Orange Bird. Now, in case you haven't heard of the Orange Bird is a mascot that was actually commissioned by Disney for a completely different company. So that company would actually fund and, I guess, be the sponsor of the Enchanted Tiki Room. We didn't see it for a long time, but then they brought it back. They brought Orange Bird back. We have it back now, and now it's a fan favorite. Gosh, 15 minutes left till some of the other things open that we really need to check off our list. But this is technically an Adventureland, or at least that's what they consider Adventureland's snacks. And this is the spring roll cart. Now, during breakfast, they actually have a breakfast bagel sandwich, which is sausage, egg, and cheddar served on a bagel for $7.25. But the spring roll carts are known for their spring rolls. Now, there are two different kinds of spring rolls. Let's get some spring rolls to balance out the sweetness we just had. Oh, overcast just came. I'm gonna take this moment of overcast to sit here and actually enjoy a spring roll as opposed to running around like a crazy person. I love the cheeseburger spring rolls. And what's funny is that the sauce actually looks a little bit different than it usually does. It's usually a tad lighter. This is a bit orangey, so I wonder if it'll be differently flavored, but it usually tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger, but in spring roll form. Still a McDonald's cheeseburger. It's one of those things where if I had a kid who was a picky eater and I was like, eat the spring roll, they're like, I don't like spring rolls. And I'm like, well, close your eyes and eat it. And then they ate it and they're like, I like it. Well, because it just looks a little differently, but it tastes just like a McDonald's cheeseburger. My other favorite thing about the cheeseburger spring rolls is that the casing is actually crispy and flaky. Sometimes with spring rolls, you're gonna get something that might be a little mushy or it might be a little soft based on what's in the spring roll. And the texture elements are just on point. Now, I think we're actually gonna head to the back of Adventureland while we wait for the rest of these things to open. And then we're gonna keep moving forward. And hopefully, I think by the time we get to the front, back to the front of Adventureland, we should be good to go. We are making great time. This is awesome. Quincy calls it the splash set. I call it the Tiki Splash Pad. But this is a great way with some misters and actual squirting happening, just to quickly cool off and a fun way for your kids to get wet. A fun way for adults to just, I don't know, maybe prank other adults. Who knows? Ah! Oh, she one almost got me. All right, I'm just gonna stand here and hope for the best. I was told to get wet, and all right. I don't know. All right. Maybe I'll just stand here and yep. All right, did it. Done. Nailed it. Yep. Got it. Done. I can walk away now. Now, this may say Frontierland, but it's actually just a passage to Frontierland. This is not where Adventureland ends, because in fact, it actually ends right here at the Pirate Adventure Treasure of the Seven Seas. Noon? You're kidding me. I swore it was 11. Oh my gosh, we have so much time to kill. That is a big thing about trying to do everything in one land. That sometimes different experiences, different attractions, different restaurants, they don't all open at park opening. So you might have to prioritize other things before you do maybe something that you want to do, like this pirate adventure, treasure hunt situation. But we've got some time to kill. Oh man, I really thought it was going to be done in 2 hours. 9 to 11 done. Right at the passage to Frontierland, there's actually La Princesa de Cristal. And that's just a fun crystal cart where you can purchase some really unique crystals. And it's not all specific to Adventureland, but there's some Stitch in here, there's some Sorcerer Mickey. A lot of it is Disney inspired, but some of it is just really unique crystals. And in case you're interested, you can personalize it. And by personalize it, I mean an engraving type situation. All right, my task here is to pick out a tiara for Emma. Let's see, okay, so we got different Disney princess crowns. Obviously, that's more of a Tiana crown. I believe that's more of an Aurora crown. But Emma is her own princess. I don't feel like she's like a huge, like, I need a bunch of diamonds kind of person. She needs a little bling, but she doesn't want to show off. I don't know, something keeps pointing me back to this. Because I feel like it's like simple enough that Emma's gonna be like, yes, I love it. It has just the right amount of like blinginess for me. But like, it's like big enough that it's like, oh yeah, because I'm a Southern girl. Yeah, I don't know. This is just what I'm going for. This screams Emma to me for some reason. I am apparently just a snacking fool today, but I've got to do everything here at Adventureland. Luckily, I don't think I have to eat at Skipper Canteen. I don't think so. I'll confirm on the list. But I'm at Tortuga Tavern right now. And it says it was closed, but they said they decided to open today. I just asked the cast member, they're like, no, we decided to open today, which I don't know how that works. But typically Tortuga Tavern is only open during very, high peak season. But they do have this nice outdoor seating area as well as a small seating area inside that's actually connected to Pecos Bill. And on the menu, you can find things such as chicken strips, hot dogs, as well as this orange chicken that Fry actually turned me on to. She's like, you gotta try the orange chicken. So I'm gonna try the orange chicken today. It comes with chips, and I got an iced water. Now we have more time than I thought I would, so I'm taking my time a little bit. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. There he is. That's Jack Sparrow. One of the things on the list was to keep an eye out for Jack Sparrow. Ah, there he is. Now this is where he is doing typical meet and greets right now. But you can also see him sometimes just roaming around Adventureland. So I got the orange chicken, got some chives on top there, and some chips. And kettle cooked chips, which nice and crispy. Already. I know this is not Adventureland, but across the way is the Golden Outpost. That's where you're supposed to get like the fan favorite chili cheese fries. And not for me. The fries, they're soggy, they're gross. Do better. But the kettle cooked chips, they're nice, they're crunchy, they got a nice salt. You got a nice salt. They've got some nice salt to it. So already I can tell it is the typical chicken tender that they serve. It's just been tossed in this orange chicken sauce. When I think of orange chicken, I think of Chinese food. I think of orange chicken, Chinese food, like Panda Express, those kind of things. And the flavoring to that, I wouldn't say is orange flavored forward, you know what I mean? It's definitely like, you can taste, I would taste the orange, I can taste the citrus in it. Which I'm like, but it's definitely a sweet, tangy orange chicken tender. I'll say it's not your Panda Express orange chicken. That might be a plus or minus for you. I love the orange chicken from Panda Express. So as I was sitting here just like thinking about life, mostly Disney, because I was watching Jack Sparrow take pictures doing his meet and greet thing. I was thinking about the things that bother me with Disney meet and greets. So I'm labeling this Tortuga Tavern Troubles. Welcome to the show where Sage talks about his troubles at Tortuga Tavern. So Aladdin and Jasmine, they're covered, but they're outside. And the sun has some pretty natural lighting or some overcast, so they've got some good pictures. Jack Sparrow also covered. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger in their Fantasyland covered. Why do the princesses, who are supposed to have or be like the it thing at Magic Kingdom or like in Disney World, they're the ones you gotta meet the princesses. Why do they have the worst lighting? In Fairy Tale Hall, it's like all this weird like downward lighting, and then every time I see a picture, I'm like, why do we all look like garbage? Every single one of us. Me specifically. Ariel in Ariel's grotto, that lighting is so dark. The pictures always come out weird and kind of rough. Enchanted Tales with Belle, the theatrical lighting is odd and like it's weird shadows, and we're taking pictures and it's never a good lighting pic. So I'm just like, what's going on with all this bad lighting when I'm trying to take a picture with a princess? And yet when I take a picture with Jack Sparrow, I look flawless. All right, I physically cannot eat another thing, and yet we still have 2 other places to go to. Luckily, one of those places is Scavenger Hunt. We'll walk some of this off. Can't even imagine writing anything right now. I go in a drop. Next up on the list, let's head to Aloha Aisle. This is another sweet treat location where you can grab lots of Dole Whips. And so the activity that I'm supposed to do here at Aloha Aisle is to plug your favorite AllEars video featuring Dole Whips. All right, we have made it to Aloha Aisle, and this is, and it's actually sponsored by Dole. This is where you're gonna grab your Dole Whips, your pineapple floats, your pineapple soft serve, your tropical serenade float, as well as your pineapple upside down cake. Now my favorite AllEars video featuring Dole Whip has got to be when I trapped Breedlove in Magic Kingdom and we did a Dole Whip blind taste test. I definitely played a little bit of a prank on him. I thought it was hilarious. The prank went on for way too long. 7 to 8 minutes because Breedlove was so confused. Anyway, go check out the video where I trapped Breedlove in Magic Kingdom. As I make my way to Skipper Canteen, now you can see the actual meet and greet line in the Agrabah Bazaar. We have made it to our second to last thing. It is Skipper Canteen. Skipper Canteen is the table service restaurant created by the Jungle Cruise skipper themselves. Now we actually have a full review up on our channel where we actually are seated in the butterfly booth in the secret room. Emma, Fry, and I, we really enjoyed our time, and actually we had some really great food. We typically tell you that this is one of the better table service restaurants that you're gonna have here at the Magic Kingdom. Why is Skipper Canteen probably one of the best table service restaurants? One, the theming is awesome. There are 3 different style rooms. My favorite room has got to be the secret room because it is home to the SEA, which we'll talk about that in a moment because it actually has to do with my activity that I'm doing here. But the food is definitely a little more adventurous. That's another reason why it's one of my favorites to come here, just because it's not gonna be your typical French fries and hamburgers or even for breakfast like eggs or things like that. It's gonna have your different kind of African, South American spices and flavors, Asian inspired as well. Like it's very soy sauce inspired, which if you love Asian inspired cuisine, this is definitely you'll definitely find those inspirations here. And finally, the cast members here, just like the skippers on the Jungle Cruise, they are full of puns and hilarity and just outgoingness that is just fun to be around and fun to participate in. My task is I'm supposed to go to the Skipper Canteen and tell you the story of the Skipper Canteen. So strap in. As the story goes, the Jungle Navigation Company that operates the Jungle Crew boats was started by Dr. Falls on April 8, 1911. Dr. Falls' son married a woman from India, and they had a daughter, who they named Alberta in honor of her grandfather. When she was 8 years old, Alberta was sent to live with Dr. Falls to learn the business. The company was originally a tropical river cargo shipping venture, but as business declined, Alberta opened up sightseeing cruises for passengers. Skipper Canteen is operated by Alberta Falls. Alberta has repurposed the company's tropical headquarters into a restaurant to generate additional revenue from the hungry cruise passengers. All right, enough of the movie trailer. Now there are 3 different rooms inside of Skipper Canteen. One is Alberta's mess hall, which the servers will actually say it's not that messy. But the mess hall is where the skippers would usually eat lunch, so they've transformed it into a dining facility. Then there's the Jungle Room, which is typically where like their family room would have been. And then where you're gonna find like family memorabilia, things like that. And then there is the Secret Room, which is home to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. There are Easter eggs of the SEA in Disney parks all over the world, which is a really cool thing. And I know there are books about it. I think they should make a movie about it. If you want us to do a full video on the SEA and maybe send this to Japan, let us know. Hashtag send all this to Japan. I've just been sitting here for maybe 30 minutes, just waiting for the scavenger hunt to open. But this being said, you can do everything in Adventureland with the right strategy, with Genie Plus, in maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. That includes all the restaurants, do something in all the shops, do all the attractions, meet some characters. 4 minutes to go and not a cast member in sight. Not even one. All the windows are like still boarded up. All right, it's officially noon. I think I just saw a cast member walk into that door, and I'm gonna stand right here. Oh, there we go. Hello, hello. Ooh, all right.
If you hit OK, it'll tell you where your first starting location is.
Awesome. I'm just marking your map of Tiki. Awesome, thank you so much.
That's okay.
All right, so we were given heads you lose. So Pirate's Adventure Treasure of the Seven Seas is a scavenger hunt here in Adventureland where you need to use your either magic band or your park ticket with you. If not, they'll give you this little card and it'll act as your way to scan all the things. But it gave us our first location and said find the tiki symbol. We're looking for a tiki. Looking for a tiki symbol, and it looks up. There's a tiki symbol. Where's that tiki symbol located? It looks like it's by the Swiss Family Robinson. So let's go. I don't think I've ever done this before. Let's go to the Swiss Family Robinson area and look for this tiki. Now, I think the scavenger hunt is a really cool addition to Adventureland. It has been around for a while, but it reminds me of what's now currently the DuckTales Adventures Around World Showcase at Epcot, where you use your Disney Play app on your phone. And I think bringing Adventureland to life in this way is very creative and an exciting way to view Adventureland. So I think this is it. This appears to be it. So I have my little card, and I think I put it on the skull. Oh.
Ahoy there! 'Twas not so long ago I was a pirate just like you be.
Yeah?
The treasure of the Pacific, I saw it with me own two eyes. I can show ye where to find it.
Oh.
Hold the anchor. Hey, who's hiding behind that mask?
Thank you kindly, ye scurvy dogs.
Ooh.
You've shown me precisely where I need be sent comes.
Barbosa, curse him!
Is that Barbosa?
You've got to find the treasure before he does. Look ye to that post. Find the magical mark of the blow dart on your map. You'll find Barbosa there.
I'm gonna finish this scavenger hunt because I think it would be super fun. And I'm supposed to do it for time, to do the whole thing. Okay, find the oracle holding a skull. Okay, I don't totally, all right, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I think we gotta reach to the fence here. Oh.
You seek the treasure of the Pacific.
All right, we're looking for palm trees, looking for palm. All right, this has gotta be it. I see a skull, I see the idol. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. Okay. Put on. Oh, his eyes are green.
We have found one worthy to bear the ocean's mighty power. The power of the treasure flows through you.
I found the treasure. Now there are a bunch of different missions that you can do, but at the end of your mission, you can actually go back to the place where you started, where you got your map, and you got your little card, and get a small token, get a small prize. I'm actually not going to tell you what the surprise is because that'll be the surprise for everybody. But that's it. You can start the timer. We're done. We finished everything, literally everything here in Adventureland. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Now, why am I at Magic Kingdom? Because maybe I'm trapping Breedlove. So go watch that video where I trap Breedlove right here in Magic Kingdom. Bye.